Hello, my name is Kimberly Mobley, and I'm going to be talking about horizontal violence. The article that I chose to is actually titled Horizontal Violence in Nursing, and it's by Jennifer Beecher and Constance Wizowski. So, what is horizontal violence? Well, horizontal violence, according to these authors, is any type of unwanted aggression or abuse experienced by someone in the workplace towards one another. Um, so what are some examples of horizontal violence? You might have experienced some of these, but they are humiliation, isolation, intimidation, withholding information, threatening, gossiping about one another, criticizing, unreasonable assignments, ultimately the worst, which would be physical aggression, which hopefully I won't get to that, but it has happened in the past. Um, so where did this aggression or horizontal violence actually originate from? According to the research, it is believed that it could be due to stress. Obviously, we actually all know working in this field that we experience a lot of stress, but also due to the hierarchy type level or work environment that we, work in. You have your CEOs, your leaders, your educators, your managers, unit managers, your um, team leaders, you have your charge nurses, and everybody has somebody that they respond to and puts pressure on them about different things. So sometimes, unfortunately, the little scrubs or us as nurses and the techs, unfortunately, have to deal with whatever the upper management is dealing with, and they end up, unfortunately, taking it out on us, even if they don't realize it. So, what are the statistics on horizontal violence? Because of what it is, people have become afraid of coming out and talking about it. People tend to be afraid that someone is not going to believe them, that maybe they're going to be targeted more by actually opening up and talking about it. So they rather not speak about it. They rather not go to their manager and say, hey, such and such is bullying me, which in reality, that is the correct term to use. We have named it horizontal violence because it happens between one employee to the other, but it is still some type of bullying. Um, but according to the statistics, it's in recent research, it is believed that it can be anywhere from 65 to 80% of nurses that have experienced some type of horizontal violence. Um, the next step would be, well, what can we do about this situation? Um, One, it's educate. The more aware that we are as nurses that horizontal violence is a thing, it is real, and it happens, the more that we're going to be able to work on it and stop it and make it better. Um, One of the things that we can do is intervene. If you see someone, one of your coworkers, being mean to another coworker or a student or anybody, maybe either talk to them afterwards and say, hey, what you did was wrong. And if you think that that's going to work, and if you realize that that might not be a good idea because that person might not take it well coming from you, then it might actually need to be reported to your charge nurse or your leader or your manager, whoever would be in charge of that type of situation. Um, just have the courage to speak up and report it so that something can be done. Unfortunately, too, we see it that in research, about 50% of students have experienced horizontal violence just by doing their clinicals, which is kind of sad. I mean, we all have been through it. We all have done nursing school and know how intimidating it is to come into the floor and be assigned to a nurse and feel like that nurse doesn't want you or feel like they're too busy for you. So let's try to be nice. Let's try to work together. Let's try to remember that we're all there to do one job and to help one another and help each other. And obviously, ultimately, the goal would be, for our patients to get better. Because according to research as well, it has been positively correlated between horizontal violence and medical errors and adverse errors or adverse effects as well. So it is necessary for us to take control of this and work as hard as we can to make it stop and that way improve our work environment. So I hope you were able to enjoy a little bit of my information and the research that I did, and you have a great day.